Warning. This program may contain foul language and awful arithmetic. It should not be viewed by anyone who is triggered by first start at 18 saw 90 with the opponent on the finish, or by anyone learning how to mentally calculate 11 plus 8 plus 26. City League Darts reminds you to please add and subtract responsibly. All right, it's Thursday. It's a matinee time. It is our fourth consecutive match here in our Week 5 lineup. Exciting, straddling 3 time zones here this afternoon. It's early match. If you're joining us from the UK, you're welcome for this brilliantly convenient time slot for you. So we've got myself here in Central U.S. time in Austin, Texas. We've got old boy Jae Hoon Lim in Santa Fe, New Mexico, 1 time zone to my west, and 1 time zone to my east. On the Eastern time zone, we've got Shenandoah Slinger out of Waynesboro, Virginia. If you don't know where Waynesboro is, well, it's sort of near Charlottesville. If you don't know where Charlottesville is, well, it's in Virginia. Let's take a look at our standings. So, a little bit of shuffling this week amid that top spot. However, we do have Kenny Johnson here through only 3 matches, 2 fewer matches than those 2 players above him with just 1 more point after a whole bunch more legs. So with just a draw here, he would regain that number 1 spot, still be down a match. With an outright win, he would climb into that first spot with a good margin. Meanwhile, Jae Hoon with 1 point on the board here with 1 draw. Also, though, only through 3 matches, so also down a match to everyone else, however, not relative to the Slinger here. So let's look at what these players have done so far through their 3 matches. So Jae Hoon still putting up some solid numbers, kind of that mid-50s range, some decent power scoring, but not quite as effective as Shenandoah Slinger has been, almost pushing that 60 average so far for the season with a record of 3 wins, 0 losses, and 0 draws. So a clean sheet for him so far. As far as the match results go, though he has certainly given up some legs. So let's go ahead and take it up into our match view. The players have already corked. They should be ready. If you are, shoot them well, guys. Game on.
All the best, Jay.
All right, shoot well, Kenny.
Big Man Beard did in the chat early, saying, "Come on, Kenny." No surprise there. Rooting on his brother.
60.
Wow. Those 3 darts did not look like 60 to me. I would have sooner believed they were a ton 80 than a 60. That was shocking not to find a treble there. Jeez.
Oh, no. 19.
So after the stream last night, I got some recommendations for the charcoal grill. Looks like I'll be going with that Weber 22 that was recommended to me by first Silver Fox Seth Wilkerson, who I guess saw that as he was rewatching his match last night. So came in with a text message and showed me some outcomes
59.
from said grill, and oh boy, can he grill some ribs. It was pretty outrageous. So I think I'll be going with that, which I'm real excited about, to start dabbling into charcoal, moving away from propane for the first time in my life. So first it was Seth who recommended that, and then also saw in the Serious Eats blog or website, they recommend that one as well. So sold. Looking forward to picking that up in the next week or so and learning myself about some charcoal.
36. Come on.
Ooh, great third dart there from Jae Hoon. Finding 57 with the third. It's a shame those first two just found single ones.
97.
Wow, again, neither of those 20s finding a treble. Are you kidding me? Well, the third one certainly did in that treble 19. Man, Kenny is like millimeters away from being on like 40 right now.
57.
Yikes. Well, that's more than a millimeter away from whatever he wanted, but that's a little bit tighter.
Oh my God.
All right, yeah, I was going to say, don't tell me that second dart wasn't a treble 20. I'll end this match right now. Don't think I won't.
Hey, 40.
That was a Robin Hood with that third dart pointing right at the camera.
80.
All right, another dart right in that treble 20 there for the Slinger to get himself into 76 through 7 visits. Not too shabby. Needs a treble now this visit to get into range.
That is 20.
That is 20. And that is not a helpful visit.
Third dart.
Good shot.
And a tidy, well, what do you call that, a tidy 76? A brilliant cleanup from 71. How about that? Good leg for Kenny. 8 visits in. 1 leg on the board. In the end, though, just a hole to throw. So not much loss for Jae Hoon in that opening leg. As long as he can use that to establish some rhythm. Perhaps not, though, with that 31 opener. Rob T in the chat saying, good luck, Kenny and Jae Hoon.
60.
You always love it, just rooting for some darts. Rooting for this to go the distance. All 12 legs in this best of 12. These players can earn 2 ranking points for an outright win by reaching 7 legs first, or they can draw at 6-6 and earn 1 ranking point apiece. In this 9-player single round robin Premier League season that will culminate in a playoff tournament at the end of the season, just like your traditional PDC Premier League, with the top 4 players battling it out in a live finals night playoff. Exact date to be determined.
45.
But I would say about 5 weeks, 5.5 weeks from today.
Oh, Jesus. 21, 24, 44.
So Kenny, having taken the darts away from Jae Hoon and then some here, and Jae Hoon's opening throw.
22.
Oh no, we have some bad math there. Whoops, wrong number. Jae Hoon's time will come. Some bad math there from the Slinger to leave that bogey, refusing to switch over to 20s or 18s.
41.
Or even the 25 would have been a nice target there. Well, he'll make up for it with just some power scoring here. And he's certainly not going to get punished. Not with Jae Hoon still back at 351, just having scored 150 through 5 visits. Just a 30 average so far here this leg for Jae Hoon. We have yet to see a ton or better here.
Oh, come on.
Kenny just missing all sorts of big.
17, 20 scored.
That was an awfully sloppy attempt at 82. He won't be happy about that. But he won't be punished either. Jae Hoon still way behind. Trouble 10 doesn't go. Figure it's 20 for... No, 12 for tops. The conservative route.
32. No, 22.
Well, Kenny will be on 40 when he comes back. I wouldn't be surprised if he has at least 6 at it. I would be surprised if he needs 6 at it, however. Ooh, well low on that first one. Not a good first effort to find himself low and not using a marker, but cleans it up in the end.
Good shot.
Getting through the
Thanks, sir.
door on the 24th dart again. So a couple of 24 dart legs for Kenny. We'll leave him at a nice 62 average and way behind there with Jae Hoon, but still early, so just down a break. Certainly not insurmountable
43.
in this long format. As we finally had our first score of 100 or better that leg, and happened to be a ton 40 there from Kenny. He says, let's just skip the tons, go straight to the ton 40. How about that?
58.
Finding 3 right in the middle, Jae Hoon, so maybe getting a little bit more comfortable around that 20 area in the top part of the board, which
39.
he's admitted has been giving him some trouble as of late, as he's been significantly favoring the 19s, even at the beginning of legs, not just for cover shooting.
$54.
Yikes, now he's looking better on the top part of the board than on the bottom. Missing that 19 by half a
81.
mile.
Fine. 41.
Well, Kenny is leaving some space for Jae Hoon to get in here this leg, potentially sneak out a break a throw. Needs to get on the board at some point here before Kenny just runs away with this, which will be devastating not just for Jae Hoon, but for the league as well.
37.
$23.
I don't think I like the bull shot there, as he needed a big treble to get into checkout range. In fact, I'm not even sure if 50 would have done it.
Uh, 18.
Yikes, 3 just super errant darts there from Jae Hoon. And that will be punished.
84.
Roger King in the chat. Oh, hey, darts, early darts, matinee darts. A number of players in the Quarantine Premier League have kind of non-rigid 9 to 5 sort of schedules. So I was wondering if anyone was going to take me up on this afternoon availability, and
Oh, wow.
was glad to see these players did here in week 5. I think I allowed them to book anything from
50, 68.
like 1 or 2 p.m. Central
83.
onwards. So this is by far our earliest match so far, at least for a weekday. We might have had a weekend afternoon match once before, but nothing midweek. Meanwhile, this 112 is not going to go for Jae Hoon. Way away from that treble 20 on those first two darts.
58.
I don't know how I feel about going for treble 18 on 72. But anyway, it's double 16. Wow, and it's in for Kenny.
All right, Kenny.
So still not
Wasting
the
no time.
shortest of legs. I mean, I know he wants to be closer to kind of like under 24 darts there. But 24, 24, and 26 dart legs will get the job done. Check back in on these averages. So Jae Hoon doing a good job to bring his numbers up, finding a bit more consistency around the board, and perhaps being done some favors from Kenny, not really being given chances to miss at doubles.
60.
A bit of a flyer dart there from Kenny. The other two, though, finding places much closer on target.
$44.
Well, not much, like not devastating darts from Kenny here against Jae Hoon's throw, but Jae Hoon's first six have
42.
been
Come on.
not helpful.
Wow.
I want to say they've been not helpful to his cause.
You haven't had a triple 18 on the cover yet. 25.
Getting sloppy on both sides of the board here. I think both players are starting to lose focus. Jae Hoon feels like he's starting to lose a little bit of motivation, starting to sound a bit deflated.
32.
Just a ho-hum, 32. Wow, he just doesn't feel like he doesn't sound like he's in it at least.
Hey! I found it. 78.
Meanwhile, Kenny's celebrating the first trouble he's had in a little while. Bit of an aberration this leg. Both players still way back after 4 visits.
60.
Needs 2 trebles to get into range. Will not get them. Will not get one of them. It won't be a setup or any pressure here from Jae Hoon.
34.
Now Kenny just needs 1 treble. I think that might be low. I can't tell.
Oh, man.
It was low.
Ooh.
60.
Well, a very, very fanned out 60 there.
60.
And a much more tightly grouped 60 there to put Kenny in position first, though it's not the best position. Ooh, I think that second dart might have landed in the best position, though.
82.
The first and third, not so much.
Jeez Louise. 67.
Bullseye first start here from Jae Hoon. 50-50 whether it's actually what he goes for. Well, he did go for it. Good for him. But Kenny will have a shot at this 83. Treble 17 for double 16.
38, 14, 52.
With a 1650 recovery, if he so needs it. He does not so need. Double 16. Woof, way off. Double 8 now.
Oh!
Yikes.
That leaves 8.
I think he got excited
75 scored.
after that treble 17, finding 51 with his first start. Got a little too antsy in his pantsy. 80 Jae Hoon just made it real hard. Might go 25 bullseye here. He does. I respect it. I respect it a whole bunch. I'll throw the B Math Aware out of respect for Jae Hoon. The thumbs up, B Math Aware. Kenny inside again on his third or fourth consecutive. Inside, 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 inside. Ushka, Ushka, Ushka. As the great Lon McCarran would say.
Wow. Really?
Oh no, one of the single 17 for tops. Found the double instead. Has 23 left.
23 left.
A mess of it
34,
from 64.
48.
Almost left himself in the madhouse with that third dart, near finding 21.
Wow.
Kenny busting on the first one. It's rolling off the tracks here. Double 8 for Jae Hoon. All of a sudden now in the best spot this leg. Wow, is that a treble 11?
Not even close.
I think it's a single, so wow. Well, bust it with the second one then. It's getting ugly. Oh, it's getting bad.
Good.
Another bust, this time on the high side from Slinger. Double 8, Jae Hoon, please, mercy. You know, we have families. No, wrong direction. Way wrong direction. Will he bust first start, or will he at least give himself a second chance at it?
Wow.
He'll bust on the second. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh, Kenny, don't let me bring your game down.
Let's just make this double. Come on, this is getting rough. No, it's not in. Could it be a marker? It could not. Double 4 now. Across the other side of the board. No, inside again. Mercy dart. Double 2.
Third dart.
We find Mercy after 13,
Great day. Now we got
14
that
visits.
upgraded.
Excuse me, 14 visits each to the board. Oh boy, what did that do? What did that do to the averages? That hurt. Still, just a single visit of a ton or better this entire match. If you had told me that was going to be a stat in the fifth leg, I would have told you that's absolutely not going to happen. Wow.
39.
And not in a good way. Not a good wow. It's not a good wow.
59.
I don't think Kenny wanted to switch down there mathematically. I think he just was forced to with the way those darts were lying. I think that treble 20 bed was completely blocked, and he felt like even the best thrown dart at that was more likely to end up deflected out onto the floor, if not also taking one of those two with it.
45.
$58.
Oh, needed to have gone 18 there for the cover in order to leave himself with a chance to set up a checkout, as 344 could lead him to 164 via a maximum. As I say, it's all academic. And it's all in the hips. Do-do-do-do-do-do.
1736.
We all sort of feel like that sometimes, don't you? Sometimes don't you just feel like 36?
111.
Good job finding 618s there, Kenny.
$97.
All right, well, good job getting under 100 after 6 visits here, Kenny. Treble 18 for tops here. And some Cujo going nuts in the background. 90 now. How will he try to attack it? Yeah, one of the treble 18 for tops.
57, 58.
Wasn't sure if he
62.
might have favored the bullseye in that situation, given his opponent so far back. Either way, does well to leave himself with a double 16.
95.
All right. So double 16 for the first start under 24, or for the first leg under 24 darts, excuse me. It won't be in 22. Will it be in 23? Will it be in 24 then? It will be. So that seems to be the common number for Kenny. Legs 1, 2, and 5 going in 24 darts his way. A bit more power scoring on the board here. Maybe it's taking these players 5 legs to start to get warm. Unfortunately, that might be 5 legs too late for Jae Hoon. Maybe 4 legs, 3 legs too late. Either way, too many legs too late. That's my point.
39. God.
I want to give a big shout out to these players for scheduling this match during the World Grand Prix. Great looking out.
125.
So glad I'm not watching that right now. It's my own fault, though, for not blocking it out. Should have made it unavailable on my calendar.
62.
$119.
Well, unfortunately, just nothing getting going at all for Jae Hoon here. He's had a couple of shots at a double here, like 1 or 2 legs, and the rest of this has just been all Slinger all day, all the way.
39, 48.
And aside from that one leg, that 42 dart leg 4, it has been super tidy for Kenny. They just let that 4th leg completely get away from them.
40.
Oh. Nervy dart, nervy dart, nervy dart. 26.
Rob's saying Kenny's putting down the hammer by the score line for sure. I guess I'm just still scarred from that 4th leg.
77.
It has been pretty tidy darts from the Slinger. I guess I just expected more. Ooh, great first start from Jae Hoon there. Needs to put in a ton here, at least. Oh no.
85.
That will definitely relax some of the pressure on this 67. Yikes, which becomes a 64. No, well, we'll see if he goes 14 bull. He doesn't. He shows the disrespect. Wow, and finds a treble 16 with the 2nd, and then the double 8 for the guaranteed point on the board here. Kenny assures that the worst he can do is going to be a 6-6 draw. I, however, don't think we're going to be looking at a draw here. I think the question is
Come
just going to be
on.
the margin of victory. Will Jae Hoon be able to get a leg on the board?
41.
The only way that's going to happen is with a break of throw here in the 7th. He needs to punish that opening 41 from Kenny. He needs to punish it, not match it.
Man.
I think Kenny frustrated at the angle that dart went into the 1. Getting frustrated that just blocked the rest of the 20 bet for him, forcing him to move down to the 19s. That might be a trouble 20 there from Jae Hoon with that second dart. It was. Unfortunately, one treble at a time with 2 misses of the single are
96.
going to make it rough. Kenny now 100 clear in the points. Oh, that third dart bounce out will
56.
not help bridge that gap. That 36 was a fortunate stray, a member's bounce, if you will. Jae Hoon will. He'll take that 36 with 1 dart for
43.
sure. Great first start there on that treble 20. Oh no, 60 on the floor for sure.
80.
I think he might have thrown that. I can't tell if he threw that sort of into the wire or if that the point of the dart that bounced out just kind of went right into the point of the first dart that was in there that just killed the momentum. It just there wasn't space enough for the both of them. Oh, it looked like such a perfectly thrown dart.
Oh, my God. 52.
Well, bemoaning the 52, but still in good position here, this leg. One, two, four is very doable until you start off with a 1. Well, a mess of a turn, but doesn't really matter much for Kenny here, who will come back with 102 for the match. A rather anticlimactic finish, I'll be honest. But sometimes that's just how these things go. Will he go for it, or will he just try to set it up? Doesn't matter. 84 left, treble 20 to try to set up 24.
38.
It'll be 64 when he comes back. He's 64 under not much, if any, pressure.
60.
148's doable, but it won't have Kenny worried. 16 for tops here. Oh no, finds a 7 instead. So he will have to settle for a layup at best if Jae Hoon does not take out this 148.
8, 56, 49. 15, 39 score? No. 15, 32 score.
So sets up that double 16. Well, that first art leaves 108, which is not doable. We're just, I don't know, getting our double 20s practice in or something here. 80 score leaves him 68. Go ahead and hit the double 20 to set up the men's score. That's fine.
Okay, 83.
Yikes. 83, a real weird way from 148 for Jae Hoon. Anyway, double 16 for Slingers outside, and then it's in there.
All right.
Wow.
To you, Kenny.
Good shooting, man.
Well, it
Enjoyed
sort of
it. Nice
evened
little match.
out a little bit toward the end. I don't know. Did it? It really didn't. It just never did. It was kind of Slinger the whole way. It was what it was. Even some of the some of the Slinger throwing was a bit tidy, but a bit untidy. I don't think we really had any looks at big, like super huge turns. I don't think there was like any missed 18 darters and 19 darters or something. I don't really recall Slinger being on a finish earlier than 21 or 20 maybe in any given leg, which I think was a bit surprising. But regardless, maybe part of that was due to just a lack of pressure being applied there. Anyway, as it is, gets that 7-point differential and those 2 clear points for the season. So we'll take a look at the updated board. Slinger just kind of running away with it. And again, when you look at these matches played, Slinger still down a match to the players in that 2 and 3 spot. So both Jerry Melendez, the West Texas Marauder, as well as Sweet Action Mike Gilligan, both on 7 points through 5 matches. So Slinger looking to be the one to beat if anyone wants to try to get that 1 seed from him. Otherwise, whoever comes in fourth will have their work cut out from them in the first week of the playoffs. We'll see how the rest of the season goes. We've got 3 more weeks here. This wrapped up week 5, so we have 4 more weeks. Yep, week 6, 7, 8, and 9 remaining here. Most matches still to be scheduled. As always, just stay tuned on our City League or on our YouTube page for City League Darts, and you can always check this at watch.cityleaguedarts.com. Thanks for tuning in. Cheers, y'all.